And now I say bonjour, guten Tag, or hola to Monika Moser, who is the Regional Managing Director of Wilson Associates. She's a hotelier at heart, and then comes the design company that she runs in London, Paris, and New York. But she is based in Paris. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Fantastic, how are you? Monika, nice to have you. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you very much. We are a bit confined in Paris, but everything is all right.
Yeah, I hear that, and the world over, these second waves and thoughts of more lockdown and whatever. I mean, to think of Paris, closing restaurants at 9 o'clock in the evening, one shudders to think. But strange times, strange measures, so we have to make that happen. Monika, tell us, please, who is Wilson Associates?
Wilson Associates is a global interior design firm. We have been around for almost 50 years. As a matter of fact, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary next year. It has been founded by Trisha Wilson in Dallas, in Texas, and we have grown since then to 10 offices around the world. We do interior design mainly for the hospitality industry, but we have diversified in doing casinos as well. We are very present in Las Vegas and Macau. We have done residences, transportation projects. We have worked on planes and yachts and so on. So you name it. We have worked on a variety of projects.
Excellent. Now, I did say at the beginning, you're a hotelier at first. I think it's very clever, if I may say so, of Wilson to bring in a hotelier rather than a designer trying to run a design company. So I think that's very good. Do they listen to you as well, those designers?
Well, it depends on your management skills if people listen to you. Sometimes I say things that are smart, sometimes not. Yeah, it is interesting to have that. I haven't seen another company doing that in interior design because there is a management aspect, a financial aspect that I think clashes a little bit with the creativity of designers. So to have both positions managing an office, I think it was a smart move, yes.
Yeah, and also the fact that you know what impact a design will have on the running of a hotel. That's something which I often have. Let me be positive. Fought with some designers in my hotelier career to say, look, this doesn't really work. It looks good, but can we maybe change it? And most of the time, we actually came to a good compromise. So I think that's very clever to have that in-house. At the end of the day, we all work for clients that need to get some sort of a return on their investment. The horrible time that we're living through, COVID, Corona, whatever you want to call it, how has it affected your business? Delays, changes, how has it impacted?
Well, yes, well, luckily enough, we were prepared, I must say, because we work a lot amongst our offices. Our designers collaborate on a variety of projects together, wherever they are sitting. So we were able to work remote very easily. So from one day to the other, everybody was working from home. And so it has had no impact at all on our projects. From the client perspective, we had some projects that were put on hold because they did not know how to continue, how to move forward. Some projects that were, were continued nevertheless because they were on the final stages. We had some projects in the pipeline that took more time or are still not starting. On the other hand, we had clients that used this time to renovate their properties because the hotels were lower on occupancy because they knew that they wouldn't have the same occupancy for the next year. So they were clever enough to start a renovation process that maybe they had foreseen in the next couple of years now. So all in all, our teams are occupied, are busy. We had no major impact on our projects.
I'm very happy to hear that on your behalf, because many other companies, of course, are suffering, continue to suffer. The word pivoting is something that everybody's talking about. We're changing and we're adapting and whatever. Have you had many requests of people saying, help us to change the focus, help us to change the functionality of certain areas, of hotels, to change the focus?
From the client side, on the current projects we're working on, not really. It maybe was an immediate request on how to put how to implement social distancing in a creative way, or to do touch-free stations that are quick to put in place and look nice. But on a long term, we did not have any requests to completely change our design or change our projects. We were thinking about using products that are hygienic or virus free for the future. But this is a general concern. I would say to have a hygienic product that is easy to clean for hoteliers should be a major concern for any designer.
So the changes aren't really that you're now being requested to make. They're not really coming into the old COVID is going to be with us forever, and we need to stop using door handles. I heard somebody saying that door handles were on their way out. I wonder how we will refit millions of doors with automatic mechanisms. But that's not something that has come your way so far.
No, not really, because we have to have in perspective that these projects are long-term projects. They're huge investments, and we do not change because of the virus. If we had done so on every crisis we had in the last 20, 30 years, then the hotel landscape would look very different.
Yeah, I think it's well put that we stop people from these haphazard changes and knee-jerk reactions. Yes, I mean, this crisis has been, or the virus has been with us longer than we all expected, but still, it is at this stage, it's an 8 month. Let it be a year, let it be 2 years, but that in the lifetime of a hotel, as you say, is not there. What we find in the realms of real estate is people are looking at mixed use projects. They're looking at combining hotels with even those that are not pivoting, but like I said, that already a few years ago, they started to combine hotels with residential, with residences that are branded residences in some instances, and so forth. Is that something that you get involved with?
Yes, and we have for a while. As you said, it's not a new trend. But we have had some interesting new concepts coming up, and they requested us to look into it because of our hotel experience. But yes, hotels that are combining retail and private residences. We have been looking as well on senior living combined with hotel expertise. So there is a lot going on because the hotel industry has this service-oriented mindset. I think that goes well into any kind of project, and this combination is interesting for the future.
And do you then take the hotel and you design the hotel and somebody else designs the rest, or how does it work?
Now, the important part of any project is that there is a continuous red line, that there is one story that is behind the whole project. And we do use our teams around the world as we see fit. There is a designer in London who has retail experience. He would work together with the designer in New York that has residential experience. So we can use the perfect designer for this project, and they all work together with the same message across.
Mm-hmm. Talking about message, the message for the future, how do you say the message for the future would be in terms of hotels, hotel design? Is there something that you say, or Wilson says, this is what we see?
Well, I personally would ask for much more flexibility in the projects, much more flexibility in terms of service as well. We need spaces that are modulable, that they change, they can live with the day, with the period, with situations like we have now, because others will arise, but just a certain flexibility, and as well in operations. I must say we have done operations in the same way for the past 20 years, but we cannot be as creative as designers if operations behind that doesn't adapt as well. So I think that would be the key for the future, would be create more flexible hotels, designs, and working environments.
I think that's a very good point. Would you bring in more people from the operation? Because it's also, I think it's a, to me, it would be a team effort really of bringing those two and let them really almost lock them away for a week, and then must come out with something which works. Because as you said, there is this kind of reluctance from the operational guys to say, oh, the designers are designing something, or the designers are saying, but they don't listen to us. How would you bring that?
I have been in that position as well. When I participated to openings here in Paris as an operator, we were always screaming at the designer. And now I see that he asks a lot on cases that he comes in too late. You know, he comes in when everything is already set, the whole process, the whole operations, the whole brand standards are already there. So yes, to have a very good project at the end, I would have all the stakeholders involved since the beginning, and have the designer come up with crazy ideas, and have operators that are flexible enough to look at those ideas, you know, with a little bit of open mindset as well. And I think that great projects can come out of that.
You're right. You speak about timing, impeccable timing. We are running out of time, but we are impeccable on the timing. So that's what it's all about. Bring the designers on at the right time. Bring in the advisors, the consultants on at the right time, and let's work together for the benefit of the project. Monika Moser, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I send kind regards to Paris. I hope you'll be let out very, very soon, and the situation improves very soon. Thank you very much, and hope to meet you soon in person.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.